Okay, so let's get ourselves started for this Monday. Let's have a let's start by a little stretch like we usually do. So unless, if you listen to the recording and you're in the car or something, just look after yourself, obviously. Actually, if you're in a car, you probably don't want to be listening to this meditation, probably. But like make sure you're in a safe place. Close your eyes, stretch your body. And then bringing your feet flat on the floor, maybe just press your feet on the ground for a moment, just to appreciate the presence of the earth underneath. And just feeling that presence and imagining that you're grounding yourself. And then slowly but surely, just bring your attention, your awareness, your focus all the way up from the feet into the chest. And more specifically, in the middle of your chest, into the heart. And there, we're going to connect with our heart. So maybe you want to place a hand over your heart, or else just tune in a little bit more into feeling the sensations of your heart beating in your chest. Or maybe even tuning into the sounds of your heartbeats in your chest. Listening to the sounds of your own body. And then just breathe in and out a little bit slower and deeper than you usually do. And as you do that, slow, deep breath. You can also imagine as if your breath is entering your heart when you breathe in and radiating out from your heart when you breathe out. And we'll do this for about a minute in silence. Okay, and with this slow deep breath, you might already notice a sense of calm coming over you. And this is totally normal as your body responds to a slow, deep breathing rhythm and instruct your mind and all of your body systems to relax. So from this more relaxed state, we're gonna start to do our contemplations for the week. And first, let's remind ourselves of the vision that we have for the future. So what are your goals? What is your vision for your life? Or vision for the next 10 years or 5 or just next year? Or maybe there are projects or specific goals you're working towards that are important to you. In any case, just remind yourself of the direction that you're intending to have. And then, now we're going to start reviewing the week that is just finished and just having a non-judgmental overview of what worked and what didn't work, or what didn't work as well as we wanted. So reviewing the areas of your life that are important to you. It could be work, but it could also include everything else, your personal life, family, hobbies, health, community, self-care. And so reviewing what has happened in the week that is just finished, just notice what did work well for you, in the sense that you want more of this moving forward, in the sense that you want to maintain and nurture that energy in your life. And also notice everything that didn't work as well as you wanted, in the sense of the things that you would want less of moving forward, or the things that you would rather change or let go of. And all of this without judgment, just welcoming all of this as useful information for you. Have a blameless, non-judgmental review. What worked, what didn't work so well. What were your wins? What brought you joy? What do you want more of? What do you want less of? And also notice that even sometimes when an outcome appears to not work sometimes the process that got us there did work very well, in the sense that it brought us joy, we were in the flow, we enjoyed it. So be careful not to discard anything just because the end result didn't quite work exactly as you expected. So look at results and outcomes, but also look at processes and the journeys that get you to the outcome. And maybe there's some valuable pieces of information about what is actually important to you right there. Okay, so let's do this for about another minute, and then we'll start the next step. Okay, so now let's ask ourselves this question. If a version of last week was to repeat itself over and over into the future, would it bring us closer to our vision for the future? Or would it be somehow bringing us off track? And here, no need to be very specific, just get a sense that if last week was to repeat itself, is it more or less already rolling down the right direction? Or does it need some level of adjustment or course correction? And in case it does need some course correction, again, no judgment. That's why we're here. Course correcting every week to stay on track. So now let's bring in those corrections if they're needed. And to do that, we're going to start by inviting our imagination to come and play. And we're going to create in our imagination the best possible version of the week that is starting today. So, a week with best possible scenarios, a week with great news all along, a week when we're at our best of moods, best of productivity, best of creativity. And my suggestion is always to start by imagining ourselves in that flow state, being in the best version of you when ideas and creativity is flowing, where you're making decisions with ease, when you're taking action with motivation and excitement, and when you genuinely feel that sense of flow. So imagine a week when you are in that flow. What are you creating? What does the week look like and feels like and sounds like when you're in that flow? Just imagine everything that you would get done, that all the decisions that you would make, the connections that you would create with the people around you, how you would carry yourself, how would you interact with people. Imagine the satisfaction of a job well done, of action steps that you're taking that are fruitful, but also the ripple effects that you're creating around you. And as you're noticing these ripple effects, that's the second stage of this imaginative session. That now, maybe just imagine how people react and how people around you are being also elated by the flow that you've created. And what comes out as a result of this. So now imagine everything that is not in your control, your direct control anymore, but because you've created such a positive flow, things seem to work out for the best. You seem to be unlocking magic around you. So just imagine how people respond, maybe opportunities that this creates. And imagining that flow that you've created that has rippled all around you and is bearing fruits. Now the next step is to imagine maybe surprises, unexpected possibilities that are also presenting themselves into your life, seemingly out of nowhere, but really because you've generated such a wave of positivity into your life. So now imagining what positive, supportive, fun, exciting, new possibilities are entering your awareness. And what does the week look like and sounds like and feels like when those happen? And so enjoy, imagining, allow your imagination to go wild. And now, as the last part of this reimagination of your week, I'm just gonna invite you to set an intention that it's possible that you're not yet able to imagine everything that is possible for you in this moment in time, and that there are many other possibilities still beyond the paradigm of your current imagination, and that you're opening yourself up to recognize those opportunities when they show up in your life, and that you will welcome them and be receptive to welcome them, receive them into your life, into your awareness. So just set that intention that whatever else is possible, you're open and willing to receive them into your life. And once you've done that, I'm just going to invite you to enjoy, how does that feel? How are you feeling right now? Imagining these best possible scenarios, these best possible connections and relationships with people, and results and outcomes and possibilities. How does that feel? Because remember, your mind doesn't really know the difference between real or imagined. So right now, somehow for your system, for your mind and body, it's just as if it was real. So enjoy feeling what you're feeling. And maybe these are feelings that are very familiar, that you can put a name to, such as, I don't know, excitement. And maybe they're more, maybe you don't quite know what it is you're feeling, but you can feel it in your body. So just notice and enjoy. And now for this next part, we're gonna expand on these feelings. So now I'm gonna invite you to imagine as if these sensations are growing stronger and stronger within you as you breathe them in and out through your heart with each breath. So just imagining that every time you breathe in, these sensations, feelings, emotions are flowing into yourself through your heart. And that every time you breathe out, they are radiating out from your heart into the space around you and in front of you. And that with every cycle of breath, they're becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. Every time you breathe in, as if these sensations enter your heart into your body, where you feel them with more intensity, as if they're filling up the entirety of your body. And when you breathe out, imagining as if they're radiating out through your heart and they're filling up the space all around you and in front of you. And with each cycle of breath, it's as if these sensations, you can feel them even deeper within yourself. And you can sense them wider and wider around you. So it's as if you are bathing in a sea of these sensations, feelings, emotions that are flowing in and out of your heart with each of your breath. And with each cycle of breath, this becomes stronger and stronger to the point that at some stage your heart is literally bursting with those. And now we're gonna use our imagination again. And I'm gonna invite you to imagine as if now these sensations shooting out from your heart have gathered such intensity that they are like a laser beam beaming out from your heart, and that you're able to adjust this laser beam to project an image right in front of you. When you're looking at this image, you realize that it is a portal, a door, a pathway that you've literally carved out into space and time through the power of your heart energy. And you know that on the other side of this portal is a new version of the week that is starting today, is a new version that is perfectly aligned with these beautiful sensations that are themselves the result of these best possible scenarios that you've imagined and that are now ready to become reality. So now we're gonna walk through that portal as if we're getting ready to say goodbye to our current timeline and step into a new timeline, a new version of reality where we have access to more and better possibilities, more aligned, more positive, more supportive of your vision. So in your mind's eyes, just see yourself taking a few steps and moving through the portal, entering the portal. And now there you are, stepping into this new version of your reality. So now we're gonna enjoy this for a little moment. Just taking a few deep breaths, breathing slower and and deeper through our hearts, knowing that we have entered a new version of our life. And just feeling this connection with this new timeline, this new version of your life. So with each breath, just as if you're feeling this connection with those new possibilities that are now accessible to you. Just notice how that feels, maybe like a tingling, a buzzing, a knowing that you have now access to new possibilities. Notice how you're feeling. Just also, if you're visual, you might also see images. If you're an auditory person, you might hear sounds. You might not. If you don't, it's also perfectly okay, but some of you might. So just enjoy this connection with this new reality. If you want to, you can also imagine that you're touching something in this new reality, and just imagine the sensations. So basically allow yourself to receive this new connections. Okay, and now we want to anchor ourselves in this new reality, so that at any time during the week, if you need to remind yourself of which version of your life you're in, you'll be able to use this anchor. And we're going to do that again in a little bit of a different way that we've been used to so far. And so now, to do it, I'm going to invite you to bring your thumb and index finger together, both on the right hand and the left hand, and gently rub the fingers on both hands together with the utmost attention and focus. Really focusing on all the sensations of touch. And as you're doing so, I'm going to invite you to do your best to focus equally between your right hand and your left hand. And then you can switch from rubbing your fingers together to also pressing your fingers together, whatever works best for you. And finding the point of perfect equilibrium between focusing on your right hand and left hand. Focusing, feeling the point of contact between your fingers on each hand. And as you're Doing that, your mind has no choice but splitting its focus equally between your right hand and your left hand. And in doing so, can totally disconnect from all things past and become fully present, 100% present in this moment, this new reality that you've created. So as you're gently commanding your mind to split its focus between your right hand and your left hand, your mind is free to release the grip of the past, letting go of last week, letting go of the past and repeating the past. And you can fully focus on creating a new present aligned with your vision, and a new present connected to all of these new possibilities. So just take a few more deep breaths like this with your focus into your hands. And just know that at any time throughout the week, if you need to remind yourself of the vision for your life and the trajectory that you're on, to remind yourself that you are in this new version of life, all you need to do is, again, bring both index and thumbs together and press them together as a reminder. Okay, so now you can let go of your hands. Take a few more breaths through your heart. And we're gonna now slowly bring ourselves back to the here and now, to this new here and now. And to do that, I suggest you rub your hands together until they're warm and place them at the top of your head, and then gently proceed to touch every part of your body from head to toe, as if you're reminding yourself of the boundaries of your physical body, making sure that you're well inhabiting your body again. So starting from your head, touching your shoulders and your arms and the front of your body and torso, and the sides of your rib cage and your hips and your back. And then from your hips down to your thighs and your knees and your legs and all the way down to your feet. And if you cannot touch your feet, it's fine. Just press your feet into the ground again and again for a moment, enjoying connecting with the earth and grounding your energy again. We might even want to give gratitude to the earth for allowing our whole expression our whole existence into this plane today. And once we've done all of this, we are ready to start our week. So whenever you feel ready, just open your eyes. Give yourself another stretch if you wish. And thank you very much for having joined me today. I appreciate it. And if you're listening to the recording, thank you so much. And just know that you can always join us live on the Monday if you can. And I shall see you next week. Thank you so much.